Hey guys, Scott Reese here with the Plow Zone Radio Show on Roku TV, Hotel Music Videos, and we have Carl Hines here, one of the inventors of the MP3. And also, you have come up with a new concept with audio because the Plow Zone Radio Show definitely needs help with our audio. So, Carl, tell us a little about yourself and how you came up with the MP3.
Oh, that was a long time ago. I had a thesis advisor for my PhD work who had this crazy idea that it should be possible to send music over phone lines. And the patent examiner told him, no, that's impossible. So he looked for a graduate student who could show that it is possible. I didn't believe it at that time, but it worked out very well. First with MP3, and then we worked at AAC. I became department head in Erlangen, had to do a lot with all the work to get this into the world. And then I became founding director of Fraunhofer in Ilmenau, where we used the technology originally invented in Netherlands called wave field synthesis. You find some of this now in the Sphere in Las Vegas, for example. And we did that, and I was the manager of the institute. And then they told me at some point, look, you reached the age limit of your contract. And I said, no, there's still some unfinished business. And because in Germany, people doing inventions for companies still get quite some money, I had enough that I said, okay, I've seen so many other startups failing. Let's see, I will do the errors myself.
All right, well, tell us how you came up with the concept for Brandenburg Labs.
The missing thing was at that time to have the same impression like with wave field synthesis, where we could have sound sources all over the place over headphones. This never worked before. People have tried it for a long time, but no, it never worked as advertised. So we did some basic research at the university to find out what's wrong. We found that there are some cues for the brain which were basically known but not to be found in the textbooks. So we said, okay, let's try with that. That could be the solution. And it was the solution.
Yeah, so basically, there's different speakers around, and then when you put the headphones on, when you walk towards the speaker, it emphasizes that speaker. Is that how that works?
Yeah, it's a bit more complicated. You really need to recreate all the sound like it is in this room at your position. So that's both things are necessary. To know the acoustics of the room and to know exactly where you are, looking up, left, right, near the loudspeakers or not, and so on. And these elements are taken together to do a model of the room from the earlier measurement, and with that you recreate reflections for the headphone. Reflections, early and late reflections, and that is enough to really fool your brain into thinking, no, that's the real thing.
Yeah, because when I did it, as you went towards the speaker, it would really emphasize that speaker. Then you walk around the room and it tracks where you are, correct?
Yeah, exactly. You need fast and accurate tracking, and that's one of the technical difficulties. The current IMUs built into mobile phones only do limited tracking, and we need to do full tracking and very fast as well.
All right, well, how is this product different from anything else out there right now?
The simple answer is it works. There's something which has been around for quite some years now, called the Smythe Realizer, and that does similar things, but it needs a setup and training for each person. And what's important here, if you do the other things right, you don't need to measure your ears or head and so on. It just works, as you found out. And otherwise, people are trying. Some are better, some are even worse. But in terms of really plausible reproduction of sound in a room, I think we are far ahead of everybody else.
Now, does this work with television or just audio?
You could use that for your TV. In fact, our second generation product will be for high-end home users who have a lot of money but really not enough to have two heights, 15 loudspeakers in the room, and if they have them, they are not allowed to crank them up. So for these, we can use the TV out sound and then getting that to the headphone, and it sounds like they had their $150,000 loudspeaker set up.
Okay, so that is one over here, and then tell us about the other station that you guys have there.
In fact, that's both the same basic idea. What I already mentioned for the home use with the 15 loudspeakers, that was the second part of the demo here. Hanging virtual loudspeakers in the room, having a multi-channel mix. We got it from somebody in Switzerland. And to be able to listen to this, in this case it was classical music, and you can even go and find the different instruments where they are and things like that.
And so you basically came up with this concept, correct?
The basic idea was an old dream, but of course there were a lot of people having their ideas in there as well. So I don't claim I invented this from alpha to it.
I'd say you pretty much invented it, yeah. All right, well, tell our audience how we could get a hold of you if they want to purchase this great product.
Thank you. Please do so. The professional system is now for sale, and we are looking now for financing to build headphones which can do the same thing for home use, for people who can still shell out quite some money, but by far not the same as for the really great loudspeaker setup.
Well, I want to thank you very much, and this is incredible. How much it's AI. There is AI technology in this, yes.
In the moment, not much, but we are looking at AI technology to look at room similarities, and we will need it certainly for the vision for later, the personalized auditory reality, as we call it, where you can do selective noise cancelling. So in a place like here, you can do some noise cancelling for everything, but you can say, I want to hear the person I'm talking to, and I want to get some of the other sounds, but the rest, no, please. Not completely away, because that would be unnatural, but enough that it's fine.
Right. Basically, it was really hard to come up with how it all worked over there, because you get closer to a speaker, or you can bring in and out the audio. Like our audio usually isn't very good. So basically, you can take out the white noise. You can add more audio. It's incredible.
That's really the idea where we want to go. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you, Karl Heinz from Brandenburg Labs, and this is an incredible product. And thank you for coming on the Plow Zone Radio Show, Karl.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Have a great day, and all the best for your channel.
Thank you, sir.